Hey there, everybody. Joe here, along with Mr. Monkey. Mr. Monkey decided not to wear his mask. He decided he doesn't give a damn if he spreads the monkeypox, which is no longer around because the election's already come and gone. Anyhow, okay, I took the Nas no peg hunting challenge, which wasn't much of a challenge because A, I was kind of short on cash all week. And B, when I did walk past the aisles where die-casts were and took a quick glance, nothing had changed from the week before. So there really wasn't nothing new. So I haven't missed much. So this morning, the challenge is over. And while my laundry's in, I went to Meijer to pick up some stuff. And their pegs are really kind of empty. They have stuff, but main line's very few. But they did have these. And these are both A cases. So something new. Got the black and gold Liberty Walk version of one of my favorites to customize. I might just do a wheel swap and some detail on it. The Nissan Silhouette. And I got this satin black Porsche 911 GT3, which somebody I know, her husband has a real one, which is a charcoal gray color. I'm probably going to do a custom for them and give that to him. I then went to Target, and Target, I managed to pick up these, which is new for 2023, which of course is another A case. I picked up this Ford Escort RS 2000, it looks like. Picked up one of them. Picked up a blue version of the Lamborghini, which I thought looked pretty cool. And I got the Corvair Yenko Stinger. And that was it for Target. They had a lot of cars, but either I already had them or I didn't want them. Then I ran to the hobby shop. And I picked up some TS, some French blue paint. I thought this was the TS23, but you pull this off the shelf and it actually says TS10 on the top. Huh, who knows? Either way, got that. Picked up this kit, something a little different. Like a little Plymouth Valiant. Pretty cool little kit. I'll eventually get to it, but added another one to the stash. Then, after doing some other running around, I came past this toy store that's mostly like used toys, new stuff too, that has just moved closer to me. I finally checked them out, and they have mostly action figures and all that kind of thing, but they did have a section of Hot Wheels, of which I picked up this tuned out Lamborghini Countach, which I thought was pretty cool, and it was $5, but I've never seen one before, so I got one. Picked up a So Fast. It was only $2. I think this is an older one. I think this is from let's see here. Where's this from? Trying to look through the camera here. 2000. Okay, I thought this one went back a ways, because it does have a metal base. And no, the wheels aren't gold. It's just that the blister is all yellowed. So, yeah, it's not gold-plated. But it does have a metal base. I got a few of these. They're kind of a half fantasy car, half not. It's definitely like a salt flats type of car, like a speed record type of thing. I picked up one of these. I've never seen these before in this happy birthday packaging. But I've already customized one of these Escalades, these tuned ones. This one's already got some detail to it, though. Like the lights and the plate and everything, but the other one didn't. Finding wheels that work with this are a pain, though. I didn't have a set for the last one. I picked up this. This is one of the Blings car, which is basically tuned. Excuse me. But it's like a 66 or 67 Nova, which, you know, I like those in real life, so I have tuned. Then I picked up this. Picked up the Astrovan. And I saw it on the shelves as, oh, this is a premium, so he's going to want a lot more for that. Nope. $3 for a premium. I'm not into the Star Wars thing, so I'll probably strip it and redo it somehow. Or at the very least, I might use it for a wheel donor. But $3 for a premium, that's not bad. Then, we'll get to that in a bit here. I've had this big old 1/12 scale 57 Chevy for some time. I bought this when it was new, back in whenever this came out. Let's take a look here. What year did this hit the pegs? 86. Yeah, 86 or so. I bought this at the hobby shop. I got it home and I started on it. And I had the interior painted. I had the body painted. I had the lights wired. It doesn't have light up lights from the kit. But, you know, I drilled them out and put some bulbs in there. And I was going to get it all together. It never got finished. Well, I bought this here one from a friend of mine and a bunch of other models he had a few years ago. And, yeah, I got it home. I went through it. And it was all complete, except for the decals. I don't think they were there. No big deal. Anyhow, I went to look at it again. I kind of want to build it somehow. I might even want to try it to convert it to a post car instead of a hardtop. But I'm going through the parts again, and I noticed one of the taillight lenses is missing. And I'm like, well, that's not good. And I'm like, how could he miss it? I know it was there because I already went through the package and I saw it. Well, I come to find out on these here boxes, if you can see that, there's these little slits in the box where they put it together. There's a few of them. As you can see, one here, one there, one on the other, two on the other side. So the only thing I can assume is the taillights slid out. Now, Monogram and/or Revell has reissued this a couple of times, I think. And I figured they still may have the parts. Maybe I'll write them and, you know, see if I can get a new lens. And I went online on eBay, and there's a guy there that always selling parted out kits. And he doesn't always have all the parts, or either that or I missed them. And he kind of parts them in weird little lots. Like, he won't part the whole interior. He'll part, like, if it has 8 pieces, he'll part 6 of them in one lot, which is really weird. And if that happens to be the piece or pieces you need in that lot, you're good. Well, anyhow, I went on there and I just typed this car in. I always type in a search and I put in lowest prices first because his parts always show up. And sure enough, ta-da, taillight lenses. And I was looking at these and I didn't remember it from back then. But I don't know if it'll show or not. Let's see if we can get it to show. Come on, focus. Now you can kind of see it. There's a dot in the center. That could be drilled out really neatly. And I was thinking, you know, put a drop of clear epoxy or something or some blue paint over it, clear blue paint, and make blue dots if I light these up again. But this time, I'm not taking the chance. And I got my little drug bag here, as I call these things. I get hundreds of these from work. And they're going in there. Even though the other one's floating around in here somewhere. I think it's in the interior tub. And there it is. I'm going to put it in there too. So I have a spare. If I decide to drill it out, at least if I crack it, I'll have an extra one. But any advice I would give anybody who has this kit would probably be to tape it over. Tape those openings over so the small parts don't fly out of there. But in this lot, let's zoom back out. Like I said, he puts weird stuff. The taillight lenses weren't part of the lot. The instructions, which I already have, were part of the lot. Oh, by the way, the body is in the other room. It doesn't want to fit back in here. I don't know how Monogram packs them originally, but it won't all fit in here real easy. So I have it on my shelf collecting dust till I get to it. Instructions were in the lot. I believe these are heater hoses were in the lot, which are already in this box. And the spark plug wire, which I actually feel is a little thin for 1/12 scale. And of all the odd things, the decals were in the lot. Now, sometimes he'll mix, like, you know, tires, wheels with seats and stuff. I'll never get the reason he parts them out the way he does. Most of them guys, when they part kits out, they part the whole interior, they part the whole chassis, they part the whole engine as separate units. This guy kind of sometimes mixes them. But it's still better than having to either A, write and email people and call them and hope they have parts, or what's the other thing you could do? You know, buy a whole kit just for parts. Excuse me, there's still a couple kits I have. I have the Revell 67 Charger that needs front and back glass, and I have the AMT Ford F-150, like the, it would be the 80, I think 87 through early 90s version that's missing headlight lenses. So I keep looking for him to part that. He parts that kit out, but I haven't found headlight lenses yet. But anyhow, I want to show you some projects I'm working on. Let me bring the camera back down a little. This is going to be a slot car body. I may have showed this before, but it's got progressed a little bit longer. The old Captain Lou's Seafood Company truck. Old Lou sold it, and it's been rebuilt a few times, and you can see there the, let's get that zoomed in. Oh, there we go. Some rust holes in the outer bed, in the lower fender there. It's got primer spots, it's got additional hood. Tailgates from another truck. This side of the bed's been replaced. It's got a big old rust hole too. Got another one starting to develop right there. Now a black primer spot. And a corrugated metal bed cover. Now, this is for a slot car use, so the reason I always cover these beds is because I end up hollowing out the interior of the bed, because they need the space for the metal tubes that are going to go here and the electric motor. Some guys put electric motors up here with an actual drive shaft running back, but most of them are rear engined, and you have to have a place for that. Plus, I took the inner fender out as high as I could and made some room for big tires, because when they mount these things on chassis, they usually mount them down almost touching the track for aerodynamics, because these things do fly. You know, they are moving. And what I do on a lot of these pickups is I get these plastic screws from the hardware store. That one needs a little drop of glue. I don't have it fully tight yet. And also, most of these pickup beds, I usually have to build some plastic spacers. So, because there's usually an indentation here or there that, you know, it won't, you just can't glue the bed to the body. So I make some spacers in there to get it fairly level. But I put those screws, since this thing is going to go down a chassis and get torn up and, you know, down the track and everything, it makes it a lot stronger than just gluing it. And I'm probably going to have to go and put another bead of glue right there, crazy glue on either side, because the rear of the cab on this, I think at least up to here, was added on this truck. You have to glue it on yourself. But I also make this notched out a little bit for the tubes. Now, some of these guys will use the interiors. Most guys just put the interior cards in. But if you put an interior, then when you make the chassis, you have to run the wires from the pickups either down the drive shaft hump or, you know, tuck them in either side of the body. But that's one of them I'm working on. All it really needs is I got to do the trim around the windows and the stuff like that, add the door handles, and do the marker lights up front. And this one's basically done. It's already sold. You know, I gotta put the wipers and little crap like that on there, but this one's like really close to being done. I just been trying to get to it all week at work and in the morning before I start, and in the evening. And here's another one I'm doing. This sold it to the same guy. This one's a 60. I gotta trim this excess decal film here yet. But this one is mostly all one color. But, you know, it's patinaed and faded away. I made it as a Route 66 tribute type thing. And the Rodder's Journal magazine decals. I gotta do emblems and stuff. As you can see, this one isn't quite as rusted through as the other one. A lot of surface rust and dirt. But this one is a little different in that I made a collage on another, like a diamond plate cover, out of all these decals of mostly vintage stuff, like ads and stuff. So it's kind of like a tribute to the past. You got Rat Fink and some root beer and some Indian motorcycle with Mr. Horsepower and some license plates. I would think if this was a real vehicle, this would be like a vinyl wrap or an airbrush type thing, because, you know, those plates don't have any 3D printing to them. Route 66 west and east, and a bunch of little details. A Chevrolet emblem, a bottle of Coke right there, and then knee-high drink, gas pump stickers, mobile oil, the devil, blah! You know, stuff like that. Texaco, New Mexico Bandit, you know, pennant there rather. Not for hire, Pennzoil, just, oh, you know, like a little moon decal, just a little, and a Rodder's Journal emblem dead middle. But yep, that's what I made there. Just got to put a plate on the back, do this, detail this stuff, and put some lights on. It's another one that's almost done, but I just got to get to it. But that's about it for. I just wanted to show you a few things I did here. Like I said, this just needs some trim work done too, around the windows and door handles and stuff like that. But it's coming along, and hopefully we'll be done soon here if I can get my butt moving on it. So, okay, well, from me and Mr. Monkey, there's Mr. Monkey, and I have no idea where Deuce is tonight. I cannot believe he's not here on the table. He must be asleep somewhere and must really be out of it, because I don't see him anywhere. He's sort of, normally as soon as I set up here, he's on the table. Well, I got some ice cream softening up on the counter, so I'm going to go have that. And, hey, talk to you all later. If I don't make another video before Christmas, which I should, have a Merry Christmas, everybody. From Joe and the cats here at the Rush Shop. Hey, have a good one. Thanks for watching.